Hey guys, I'm so hyped to do this video because I wanted to do it yesterday, right? And I don't know, I feel like I'm just so delayed with my schedule that now I just have time to do it. And it's not about time, it's just that I think more than doing. So I tend to think about things before doing it, right? And then I procrastinate and then it doesn't happen. But I was gonna take a break from doing videos and then I got a message off Luke saying, when are you gonna make more videos? So here is more videos. um I decided to do it on this topic because obviously if you saw my short video that I posted up last before this video, this live video, it was talking about Sarah and how Sarah's life, the lessons I learned from Sarah's life, and I felt like there was a lot of things I wanted to talk about that in relation to myself. I'm not saying that I'm the same as Sarah, but I can kind of like see elements of her that I was doing, right? That I was doing when I was worldly, right? So I made a few notes, but most the notes are just giving me structure because most of it I just want to go off like off my memory. I don't want to rely on it written down because it'd be too much to write. Okay, so um as you know, Sarah, you know, she wanted a baby with Abraham, right? And God promised her and Abraham a child, right? And she was barren, right? So she ended up having a baby when she was 90 years old, right? Which is a shock, right? Because even I was shocked when I read about it. But way before that, like Sarah took it into her own hands to have a child through getting Abraham to marry her servant in order for the servant to have a baby with him, in order for that to be her own baby, right? And when I look at my life, right, when I was worldly, right, um, I was kind of living on my own accord. A lot of things didn't go my way, right? So I would chase those things more when it didn't work, right? Um, I didn't put my energy into the right things, is what I'm saying. And I was trying to live like everyone else. So when I hit like 13, that's when like MSN was out, right? So I got very addicted to the internet. And then I remember MySpace came along. We had Bebo, but Bebo wasn't like MySpace. Bebo was more like Facebook today. And MySpace, I would look at people's lives and I wanted my life to be like theirs. So I'm not going to go too much into it. So I feel like the internet has ruined a lot of youth's lives, right? Where they look at other people's lives and they want to recreate that, literally recreate what they've seen online. And I feel like this will contradict God's word, right? God's word over everyone's life, where people will put so much energy into social media, right? They'll check social media every day. Watch somebody else's life, right? Everybody has their own timelines. Everybody has the different ways of achieving things. And just because somebody else has achieved it doesn't mean that's in your path, right? But, I feel like social media is a big distraction where people put so much energy and trust into it and they believe what they see they can also create as well. To be honest, we can create anything, right? Um, as long as we've got the right resources, we can recreate things that we see online. It is possible. Anything is possible in life. Sorry, I need to burp. So when I was living worldly, I would go through so many measures just to create my own reality, right? I would always, before I go to bed, I would close my eyes and I would just picture a better lifestyle. I would dream a lot, right? When I say dream, I don't mean going to sleep and dreaming. I would just picture my life being so amazing, like having great friends, just everyone thinking that I'm so cool, right? I won't be able to recall like the things that I would picture, but I just always remember like trying to escape from reality, wishing my life was so much better than it already was, right? Let me look over my notes. I didn't really have patience, right? I just wanted to achieve things quickly because we live in a society where you've got to achieve things by age. You've got to do this, you've got to achieve this. If you haven't achieved that, you failed. It's almost like a lot of pressure is on us, right? But if you look at Sarah's life, if she was living today, how much women would be looking at her thinking, wow, you're married, you don't have a baby, and looking down on her for having another woman giving her man a child. She would be the talk of the town for all the gossipers, right? People would look at her like she's nothing, right? That's what society's like. They look at you like, and even though people say that people don't care how you live your life, let's be honest, people do judge others. Hi, King Cole. How are you? Thank you for joining my live. What's up? People do judge others. Let's not sugarcoat it, right? You get to a certain age, people expect you to be married, they expect you to have kids, they expect you to have a partner, they expect you to have a good job, they expect you to have your own house, your own car. This is how society is. But you get people that like to be ignorant to it and they say, oh, why do you care what people think? It doesn't matter. Just live how you want to live. But let's be honest, right? People do judge people. Thank you for flicking through. I appreciate it. People do judge us and they do it through questions. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations on us. And what that does is it takes it away from the prize of life, right? Because you don't have time to think about what journey you want to go through next, right? You're more focused on people's opinions of you, right? And that's what people do. Oh, thank you for staying, King Cole. You can stay for as long as you want, right? Or even if you leave, come back and watch it. It'll take like at least a day for this live to be posted. Yes, Candyman, so true. Thank you so much for tuning in. So what happens is, right? People place expectations on us from when we are a child, right? They're waiting for us to achieve things. Hi, Haley Walker. For real, for real. Hi. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for like tuning in. Yeah, so you're being watched as soon as you're a child, right? And people sometimes they may say something like they'll predict your future. They will say, you're gonna be this when you're older. Like I had someone predict what partner I'm gonna date when I'm older, and I thought that was very bad because I almost believed it. Um, Hi, you're still live. I hope I pronounced your name correct. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wow, I'm so happy. Yeah, so expectations gets placed on us from when we're a child, right? And it's almost like you have to live up to that expectation. But if you don't live up to the expectation, you start sabotaging it. You start doing the complete opposite. I'm sorry, but I have to go. Sorry, that's fine. You can always watch this live again, King Cole. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hi, Yisty. What does hood mean? Is that like how you doing, right? Right, so they place expectations of us, right? So you grow up and it's almost like you're being watched, right? And people show that they're watching. See you, King Cole, please take care. People show that they're watching by asking specific questions, whether they say, what are you studying, right? What job are you doing? I get asked a lot, am I married, right? Or they ask you, have you got a partner? They ask you if you've got kids. It's almost like the world wants to know everything about you, but why? Because that's taken away your focus from what you should really be doing in this life, right? Hey, my day was good, thank you so much. How was your day? Um, so they're taking away that focus, right? So I just wanted to create this video because I feel like even though my life, I was trying to create this reality that didn't exist, right? I was trying to recreate this fun side of me. I am a fun person, but I wanted to have this circle of friends. I wanted to be someone that travels on holiday, has party holidays, goes clubbing all the time. I was chasing those things, but I could never get it right. But that's me trying to create my own reality. But is that reality really written in my book that God has written for me, right? Okay, so this is the thing. Do people really know how we should be living? Because I feel like when I was living in the world, I didn't know how I should be living my life, right? I was just guessing, right? I was playing a guessing game and I was trying to live like everyone else. I was trying to achieve things that everybody else was achieving. Oh my goodness, your sister's missing? I really hope she gets found. Does she have like how old is she and does she have a phone or anything? Um, I don't know what country you're in, but in the UK, if they are a certain age, you can report it straight away to the police. Oh, she's not missing anymore. Oh, she got lost and now she's found. Oh my goodness, my heart would have skipped a beat if that was me. Like, wow. That must have been so stressful. It must have been so, so stressful for you. I'm really sorry about that. I'm so glad that she's okay and she's well and she's safe. But as I was saying, um, everyone is trying to create their own reality, right? Because we are being watched by everybody around us. And it's almost like we're losing our patience. Well, I was. I felt like I needed to do everything before I hit 30. Like I felt like I needed to create this reality that didn't even exist. I didn't even care if I wasn't liked by people. I just wanted friends. I wanted people to go around with. And I was so desperate for that, right? But now I'm at a point in my life where I can look back and I don't judge myself for it because I didn't know how I was supposed to live, right? A lot of people don't know why they're on Earth, right? Everyone has different reasons for why they should be, living on this earth. And what I mean by that is some people believe life is about getting drunk every single day, which I'm not judging, right? Some people think life is about smoking every day, right? Some people think life is about going to work and coming home and just relaxing and just work, 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 right? Some people think, thank you so much, Isti. I'm trying my best. Some people think life is just about partying all the time, living the summer fun, right? Which is what I thought it was. Um, some people want a more settled lifestyle where they, get a qualification, um, they find a lifetime partner, they settle down, or maybe they travel together with their lifetime partner. Some people just want to, have a life where they're living in peace, they live alone or they have a pet and they just have a quiet life, no drama. Everybody has a different idea. Thank you so much, Isti. Everybody has a different idea of how their life should be lived, right? Or how they feel life should be lived. And the thing is, when people are passing their judgments onto you, they're passing their own beliefs onto you. So if they feel like everyone should be married, they're going to come to you and say, "Are you married yet?" If they feel like everyone should have a high job, they're going to come to you and say, "What job are you doing? What are you studying?" Right? So there's so much blah 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 expectations placed upon us, and it's a lot because you're hearing so much, and then you go on social media and then you see how everyone's achieving that thing that everyone expects you to do. And it's thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I will have to check out your channel as well. Um, there's so much expectations, and I feel like when you're placed on this earth, does anybody get any guidance, right? You do get taught by people, don't do this, do that, but does anyone like sit you down and say, listen, right, this is real life, this is a guide, this is what you need to do, you know you're going to feel pressured by a lot of people, but what do you want? Do people ask you what do you want, and do they sit down and say, listen, I stand by you, let's achieve it? How many people does do that? How many people do that? That's the best thing, life, living in peace. Candyman resonates with that, living in peace. Beautiful, beautiful. Can you just picture your life being on a tropical beach like Hawaii and sipping a nice orange juice and just nobody's bothering you? You're just in your own energy. Wouldn't that be nice, in paradise? Um, I think people should be allowed to live life how they want, right? And I find that in society, people don't allow that to happen, right? Because if you want a life of peace, you're going to be placed in a neighborhood, or as we say in the UK, in an area with so many different people. And you get so many people that want to be noisy, and then the ones that want to live peaceful, they're living next door to a noisy neighbor, right? Because the houses in the UK are joint close together. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Easty. So, oh, I need to burp. So, when you look at life, it can, for some people it can be chaotic, and when I say chaotic, there's a lot of expectations of you, you know, and people will do this by passing comments towards you, right? If you're choosing to take a break from work, people will look at you and say, why are you not working, right? Because they expect you to be working, right? Wow, you're from South Africa. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. That's so cool. Wow. I love when like somebody around the world watches my videos. That's so amazing. Wow. um, wow, I'm just blown away. I sent a video of South Africa and it looks so amazing. Like it looks really nice to visit. Wow. Um, yeah, so when I look at lifestyles, right? You know, when you're in your 20s, you know, some people know what they want to achieve from life, and then some people go through struggle. So let's talk a bit about me, right? So in my 20s, I hit a rough patch in my life where I was lost, I was confused, I would have lots of episodes of depression, right? Thank you so much for the hearts. Wow, thank you so much for being here. So I didn't have no purpose in my life in my 20s, even though I had elements where I was achieving things, right? Because expectations, you have to achieve things because people are watching you, right? I didn't have the guidance that I should have had, right? I had guidance from my mother, but I wish I had more guidance from other people around me, like a support network, right? So I feel like I was trying to create a reality that didn't exist. I was chasing things that wasn't working, right? If you're chasing something and it's not working, maybe it's a sign that it's not meant to happen now. But I really wanted a friendship group. I wanted to travel many places. I wanted to create this perfect lifestyle in social media for people to think, wow, look at Tanya. She's living it up, right? I wanted to look really cool on the internet, right? But one thing is, I didn't know that right? Everybody's going to be different. Everybody has different beliefs. But my lifestyle, I was supposed to live my life by the Bible, and I didn't know this, right? Um, I didn't know this, right? Because no one tells you, no one sits you down and says, this is how life is. It's a bit tough because life is tough, right? No one sat me down and said, life is tough, but here, this book will guide you. I didn't have that, right? Some people have the guidance of role models, right? Some people have the guidance of someone on the TV. But I didn't have someone saying, here, this book. Don't ever give up. Remember this in tough situation. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's so amazing. Such good advice. Thank you so much. I'm not going to give up, and you shouldn't give up either. Anyone watching this video, don't give up. Listen to Yusti's words. Don't ever give up. Remember this in tough situations. That is so true. That's so important because if we make decisions based on the bad situations, we will make the wrong decision. We will, because we'll be angry in that moment and we think this is the right thing to do, and it's not. We need to just relax, take a deep breath. Candyman said yes, living in a beach house. I really want to live in a beach house. That would be so beautiful. Living in a beach house on the beach, sitting outside on a cool evening. Wow. On the front porch, listening to some sort of jazz music. Wow. Jazz music. I like that vibe. I really like that vibe. Wow, you're this cool dude, Candyman. You are this cool dude, bringing a lot of flavor to like the city where you're at, and everyone just walking by saying hello to you, Candyman. That is the life. That is the life. I wish I could get 1 million subs. I'm gonna have to check out your channel. When this video is posted, which it will be posted tomorrow, I'm gonna go on your channel and subscribe to you, Yisti, because I need to see what's happening with your channel. I wish you could get 1 million. That would be so amazing. Wow, could you imagine? Some people are so lucky to get 1 million subscribers. But we'll see. We never know what happens in the future, right, guys? Um, but yeah, so when I was in my 20s, this is gonna sound really crazy. So because I love partying so much, my dream was to go on a party holiday. And I had no friends that would come traveling with me. And I literally took matters into my own hands, just like Sarah did, where she got the servant to get pregnant by her husband. I literally went on holiday with a stranger. Can you believe? I went on holiday with a stranger because I was so desperate to achieve going on a party holiday before I hit my 30s. I wanted to live that dream. I just wanted to experience it, right? So I learned in life that, doing things, taking matters into your own hands is a bad thing, right? Because it didn't go to plan, right? It happened, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to. And sometimes we have to be very careful because when we become impatient and we think, right, this is not happening for me, I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Yes, you see, yes, I literally went on holiday with a stranger and it was the worst thing I could ever do in my life. It was crazy, guys. It was so crazy. And I literally wanted to do whatever I could just to achieve that goal. Just to achieve that goal, right? So I literally met up with the stranger and we booked the holiday trip together. So they lived in a town next to me and we met up for one day to book it. Straight away we booked it. And then the next time I saw her, we went on holiday together. That is a good question. What goals do I have this month? So this month, okay, we're now in June. I want to get my finances sorted. So I've got a vision board that I created yesterday. I want to get my finances in order. I want to save money. I want to get back into studying. I want to start studying languages. I want to start attracting the right people into my life. So, for example, say if I want to achieve a goal, I want to talk more with people that understand more about that goal. Do you get it? Like if I could create my own reality. Sorry guys, it's funny that I'm saying create my own reality again because if I could create my own reality, I would create people around me that are working on the same goals and we could meet up once a week and discuss our goals. Um, but I just want to be around people that are more in alignment with myself. We want peace, we want happiness, we want to be happy in life. Ah, happy birthday to your baby brother. Wow, 1 years old. So beautiful. Babies are so precious and they grow up so quickly as well. Wow. I wish him a great birthday and I wish that he has a happy, happy day. I really wish that for him. That's beautiful. Wow. That's made my day. That's made me so happy. Yeah, so that's my goals for this month. What are your goals? Guys, what are your goals? So, as I was saying, like you have to have patience in this world. Try not to live like everyone else because that's what I was trying to do. So maybe Sarah was under a lot of pressure. She wanted to have a baby so much, she wanted to achieve it so much, so she took matters into her own hands, right? And she didn't put her trust into God. She was living life on her own accord, right? Um, so I realized when I was living for the world, right? I had this image of how my life should be because it matched me as a person. I was a party animal, but I wasn't getting that goal, I wasn't achieving it as well as I should. I didn't get to capture all those pictures to put on social media. So I just took matters into my own hands and my life was focused around that and that sabotaged other areas of my life. So now I'm playing catch up on my life when I should have balanced my life. I should have worked on different areas of my life and put my energy into that. And sometimes we do this, we escape from reality, right? Because we don't know how we are supposed to live our lives. We're not taught how to live our own lives to make 20 people happy. Oh, amen. Thank you, Yusti. I was unsure if you believed in God or not, so I'm so glad that you do, right? Amen to that. So, yeah, so life is interesting and we should, we can be chasing the wrong things, but we have to make sure that other areas in our lives are being attended to as well. And ask yourself this question. Are you living to create your own reality, or do you know how you're meant to be living, right? Or you're trying to live to please other people's expectations of you, or you're trying to live to please others, right? Where you're achieving this and this and this because you know that people expect that of you, or are you just trying to keep up with everyone, right? Keep up with the Joneses? Are you just trying to live a life through social media? Do you see everyone else around you getting into relationships, so you feel that you should be doing the same because of your age, right? So really connect with yourself, right? For some people, it's better to connect with the Bible because the Bible is the only way of life and it's the truth, right? So, when we're children, we don't get taught this is life and this is how we should be living, right? We should be living by God's words. We're not taught that. And I think that's so important that, people understand life and how we should be living. And it's so important to read the Bible, right? Because when you read about Jesus, right? I need to talk about that actually. W stream. What's W stream? I'm really sorry for any background noise, guys. I don't live alone and nobody knows that I'm on live. But I found that there's a lot of toxicity in this world where you live in the world and a lot of people welcome you, but then when you go to this, go get more closer to God, and then you go towards the godly community, then you realize that now that you're leaving your old ways, are you welcome in this new community? That's a question, because then people are going to have high expectations of you. It's that expectations again. So they're going to expect that you pray. They're going to expect that you maybe go to church. They're going to expect that you don't follow pagan holidays. They're going to expect that you follow the rules. There's a lot of expectations, and this is what society's like. Thank you so much for saying nice live. I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, no matter what group you go to in life, there's going to always be expectations, and they're always going to be higher than what you are, right? Or how you see yourself. People are going to always want more from you, right? They're going to always expect you to be different than how you are. They're going to keep trying to change you, right? So it doesn't matter where you go in life, it's going to be tough, right? You start a new job, people expect you to do well at your job, because if they're doing the job well, you should too, right? So yeah, be mindful of this, guys. If you're new to Christianity, or if you're new to getting closer to God, people are going to judge you and they're going to expect you to perform well, because they want to have people similar to themselves. And if they're not if people are not similar to them, they want someone to look up to, so they're going to be harsh on you. Oh, thank you so much, Yisti. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So to summarize, when I was living worldly, my whole aim was to create my own reality. I wanted to create this life that represented me, because if I saw myself as a party animal, I wanted my whole life to reflect that, whether it was party holidays or going partying with friends. I didn't achieve those things, guys. I imagined myself going to different countries partying, but I only went to one country, right? Partying. That's a lie, because I went to two different countries partying, but one was a family holiday. And then the second one was when I went with a stranger. And the whole clubbing idea happened mostly when I was studying as a student. But if I had my way, I would have friends to go whenever I wanted to. Please say W stream. W stream. So I didn't know how I was meant to live. It sounds really stupid, but I didn't know. I had no idea. I just thought, okay, I'm in my 20s. 20s is for living, having fun, right? Because everyone believes, I don't know about everybody, but it's usually told by society that 20s is a time to have fun. 30 is when you get your life together. 40s is like a big milestone, right? Everyone grows up having this idea that by this age, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have kids, right? There's so much expectations of us as humans. We don't have time to think and plan our lives the way we want to plan it, right? But when you look at the Bible, you see that everyone lives their lives on different timelines, right? There's so many different people in the Bible. It's realistic. But then you live in society and everyone's expecting you to be the same, right? Thank you so much, Isti. Thank you so much for being on my live and talking to me. I really appreciate it. Take care and good night and sleep well. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you so much for the love. In my 20s, I didn't have a lot of patience, so there were so many countries I wanted to visit. I wanted to go to Mexico, still haven't achieved that. You know, I never had anyone to travel with me to Mexico, so I didn't achieve that. As I already said, I wanted to live like everyone else. I remember when I was growing up and I was 17 and I'd go onto MySpace and I'd look at some of the girls that I was on that were close to me and they were just like all friends going to London and I just thought, why can't I have that? And I literally said it out loud. I said, I want to do that. I want to have friends to go to restaurants and have fun. Bye, Yisty. I thought I want to do that, and I didn't get to achieve that, and I just lived this life of envy, you know, wanting what someone else has got. And if you look at in the Bible, when people have got envy, it's usually like when it was, is it Rebecca that married, what his name? Rebecca in the Bible, her and her sister got married to the same guy, and she was jealous of her sister because her sister had a baby with him, but she didn't have a baby yet. So she was envious. She was jealous. So being envious is when you want what someone else has got. You want to create the same life that they've got, right? And living life on your own accord, not waiting on God to give you something good. So you go out and get it. And when you go out and get it before God's will, it's never something good. And this is why a lot of people's life leads to disasters, right? I feel like I could have spoke longer on this topic, but I'm going to leave it here now, guys, because my house is starting to get noisy. But when I was living worldly, it was because I didn't know how I should be living, right? No one, you know, you get warnings from parents saying, don't do this, don't do that, but you don't really truly understand how you're meant to live. And I understand that some people grow up in church or they grow up reading the Bible, but I never had that guidance and I had to figure some of it along on my own, right? I got to an age where I looked and I thought, wow, I was not living. And I do see a lot of lukewarm Christians that don't understand how you're meant to live. This is why we have to educate people, because sometimes people don't understand. They think life is about living on their own accord, but it's really not, right? So sometimes we have to educate people and speak to them in a gentle tone, because we have to understand that the errors that people have made is because they don't know what they're supposed to do, right? There's no understanding behind it. So they're just doing what everyone else is doing, right? You know, people judge people for, you know, getting with partners before marriage, right? That's because everybody is doing that, right? We can't, you know, there's a lot of people that come into the truth and they do testimonies and they talk about how their life was. They say, you know, I got married afterwards, after my second child. But they don't put their hands up and said what I did. They okay, that we know it's wrong, but if they said in their testimony what I did was wrong, I was sinning, like make it clear so people can see that you made an error, so that people don't follow. Because the most powerful thing about it is what you do on earth, right? Someone is copying you. It doesn't matter how long ago it was, they will see the pattern and they will think, okay, well, if you smoked when you was younger, I'm going to do it. I don't care if you're not doing it now. I'm going to do it, because if you did it when you're younger, so can I. So our life is not ours, because if it was, we could do many things that we want to do, but we can't, because so many people are watching us and so many younger people are copying us. You see this a lot in families where parents get frustrated with their child, right? They get so frustrated when they see their child repeating the same mistakes as them. They're going to repeat the same mistakes because you did it. You know, you haven't sat down and really spoke to them and said, you know what, this is what life's like. You've got to break the pattern. They don't sit down and talk about it. But they want to play being perfect, you know. And it's not about being perfect. They want to stop everyone from doing what they did. And it comes across as hypocritical. So we need to start playing the blame game and accept that everybody on this earth is all flawed, we're all going to sin, right? It's going to happen because the pattern is still happening today. Whatever we've done in our past, somebody's witnessed it, right? And if they haven't witnessed it, they will hear about it and they will copy it. Because no matter what we do on earth, the evidence is still there, right? For example, if I was a smoker in my younger years and I had a kid afterwards and I didn't smoke in front of them, I may have a medical condition and then I'll have to say this medical condition is because I used to smoke. You cannot hide all your errors. It's out there in the open. What breaks these patterns is actually sitting down and talking to each other like a community and saying, yes, we're going to live life how we want, but there's going to become a point in our lives where we're going to have to change our ways and start living life in God's way in order for things to work the right way. Because God cannot work in our lives until we actually submit to Him. Until we actually obey His word, reading the Bible and obeying the word, following the word, He can't work in our lives. If we're going to keep being rebellious, why is He going to give us what we're supposed to have? I don't believe in the phrase where people say what God has for you will always come through. It can't be blocked. That is a lie, right? That's got to be a lie. It will come, yes. If God promises to give you something, it will come. But if you're not in alignment with it, you're going to push it away. You're going to push it away because you haven't yielded to God. You haven't followed through on His word. So if you're still worldly, how can you receive what God's given you, right? And even if you receive it, you're going to still damage it. So guys, I'm going to leave this video here now because I've spoken for way too long and I feel like I'm going to get interrupted. But thank you so much for everyone that tuned into that. I really appreciate the love. It's been amazing talking to you all. Thank you for anyone that does watch it after it's been posted live. If you guys have any comments on how, you used to live your life, or how you feel people should be living their lives, drop it down in the comment section below, because I feel like we need to talk more about this. We need to talk about how people should be living, right? Because it's not talked about enough, right? Anything that you want to add to this video, let me know. Put it in the comments. And I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for those that have spoken on my live. Guys, you know what? Get your peaceful life, right? Live in peace through Christ as well. Just get it, because you deserve it. All the good people should be living well, right? We shouldn't be living in chaos, disharmony, people causing so much drama in our lives. We don't need that, right? I feel like I could talk longer on this topic, but I'm going to leave it here now, guys. I might do a part 2 of this one, actually, because it's really interesting. But, guys, I'm going to leave this here now. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. God bless. Bye.